Hello Year 3, this is your English video for Tuesday the 26th of January. Now our learning objective is a little bit different today. We are going to be using prepositions to describe the problem in the story, and we're going to have a look at the problem now. So we are going to be doing point 2 of our plan. So Miss Dunn is going to be writing that Stanley falls off a small cliff edge and tumbles into a cave through the roof. He gets to his feet and explores. He sees lots of tin cans, plastic bottles and recycling all around the cave. Now, that is my plan. I'd like to take most of the ideas from it, but you don't necessarily have to stick to it in case just maybe your ideas go a little bit elsewhere, and that's fine. Miss Dunn's have, which is why I'm letting you know. So we want to stick to the main ideas, but we're allowed to change it a little bit. So our success criteria for today, what you must be including. So to use prepositions, there's some examples here. So we've got up, down, under, through, between, and above, etc. Because there's lots of different ones we can use. To include dialogue and inverted commas. So we use the inverted commas as speech marks, the 16 at 6 and the 99. We discussed those on Friday. And on Friday, you created different speech for different parts of the story. So this is where you can include a little bit of that today. And my next success criteria is to have neat and legible handwriting. Now, I'm carrying on that from yesterday because you all did amazing, and I really want to see how neat you are this week. So just like yesterday, Miss Dunn has created her own part, her own little section of the story from the planning. I'm going to read through it with you. I'm going to discuss it, and then I will put a copy of this on the website so that you can have it to hand when you're writing your own piece today. So I'll read through it first of all. Stanley crept closer and closer. He climbed over fallen trees, travelled through trickling streams. Oh, streams, there we go. Miss Dunn's made a mistake already. So let's change it. Purple pen, edit it. There we go. Streams, and escaped the duskiness of the woods. There he stood on a cliff edge, with the sea crashing onto the beach below. Within seconds of standing there, Stanley's feet slipped from beneath him. Down, down, down he tumbled. And I'm going to change that here. I'm going to change it from a full stop to an exclamation mark. I'm editing it. I think it looks better with an exclamation mark. Ah! Stanley cried as he awoke. Where was he? How did he get here? Stanley then remembered what had happened. He looked at his feet, but they were gathered in discarded fishing nets. How unthoughtful for the sea creatures, whispered Stanley to himself. Stanley looked around him. It was as though he was in a cave. But what sort of cave had rubbish in it? And I've wrote care here, so I'm going to have to edit it again, aren't I, Year 3? But what sort of cave had rubbish in it? Tin cans, plastic Coca-Cola bottles, fishing nets. There was junk everywhere. And I'm really exaggerating that sentence because there was loads everywhere. I do not have any idea how I'm going to get out of this situation, Stanley cried to himself, and we're going to leave it there. Okay, so if I go right up to the top, you can see that I've started with Stanley. Now, I've put it in pinky purple because that's what I'd like you to start with, either Stanley or Emily. And I'd like you to write this sentence. So Stanley crept closer and closer, or Emily crept closer and closer. Okay, you can add your own little detail here. You can see when I've used my prepositions, I've underlined them. You don't need to do that. You don't need to be putting the pink or the yellow in either. This is just to show you what I'm doing. Okay, so my prepositions are all here. So within seconds of standing there, Stanley's feet slipped from beneath him. So he was on the cliff edge. So I'd like you to think about that sentence and write the yellow part. Remember to change the pinky purple to either Emily or Stanley, depending on which character you're doing. Okay, but I'd like you to have that sentence just to show when the character is about to fall. And I've really helped you on this part as well, because it's got the word beneath in, which is a preposition. So if you copy that, you've definitely got one of your success criteria. And then towards the bottom, I've done this sentence. Stanley looked around him. So Emily looked around her. You'll have to change the pronoun depending on which character you are using. So I'd like to have that sentence too, because it really helps set out your story, your problem part of your story, sorry. And then I wrote this one, there was junk everywhere. Okay, so you might want to change the word junk, and I'll highlight that now because you might not have junk, so I'll highlight that there. Okay, so I'd like to either finish on that sentence, or you can add a little bit of dialogue of the character panicking when they're getting out of, wondering how they're going to get out of the situation. Once you've done that, take a photo, send your work to me. Like I said, there's the success criteria on the page that I normally do. There's the model on the website to help you with this. Any problems, please just send me a message, year 3. I am here to help you. So please do get in touch if you're struggling. Okay, superstars. Good luck. I can't wait to see your work. It was amazing yesterday. And remember to send your photos, okay? See you soon.